I've been fighting my whole life. I fought kickboxing, boxing, MMA, bare knuckle boxing, everything you can think of I fought it, and I've got a winning record in every discipline, so I'm good to go, whoever it is. I don't really pay much attention to who I'm fighting. I know who Cub is, I've seen him fight. It is what it is, I feel I beat him. I feel fitter than I did when I was fighting at the highest level with MMA. I feel better, stronger. Things are going my way. Everything's going my way in the gym. Everything's going in my way, like so. I know for certain Cub hasn't got the power to put me out. He's tough as fucking nails, and I ain't looking. It's a good chance this could be the only fight on the card that'll go the distance, because he's tough. He's hard to beat, but I'll outbox him by a long way. Because I think he is good. I do like him. But I feel I'm a much better boxer.
My name's Cub Hawkins. I am the Cruiserweight World Champion, 6 knockouts, 4 title fights, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, big hook goes down. Again, it's that counter hook that landed at the end of the last round.
The fight will go my way. I have this belt for a reason, and I'm the best in the world. Don't really know much of my opponent. I just know I'm the best, and I come here to put on a show. I fight hard.
Oh, what a left.
There's nothing that he does that, makes me feel like, oh my God, I'm kind of nervous about this. He fights hard, and I fight hard. I hit my mark, and it seems like everyone either withers away or, I still put him away. I've had 4 world title fights, and I've gotten a bonus every single time because I put on a show. I'm the big dog on the block, and I'm not going anywhere.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for BKB 39, this is your main event of the evening. 6 3-minute rounds for the BKB Police Gazette Diamond Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Clue Nicotine Pouches. Our referee in charge when the bell rings, Wayne Spinola. So, to those of you joining us around the world, to those of you joining us right here live in South Carolina, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the dark red trunks with silver trim. He's 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 181.1 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 2 victories, opposite no defeats. And he fights out of Abertillery, Wales, introducing Jack Hammer Marshman. And now his opponent, standing across the trigon, fighting out of the red corner, one of the most decorated bare knuckle fighters in the world, wearing the all black trunks. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 184.4 pounds. He holds a professional bare knuckle record of 6 victories versus 1 defeat, with all 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Wilmington, Illinois, by way of Chicago, Illinois, USA. Introducing the former BKB light heavyweight champion, and tonight, the current, the reigning, the defending BKB Cruiserweight Champion of the World, ladies and gentlemen, Cub the Savage Hawkins.
Title fight, scheduled for 6 3
Listen to my commands at all time. Protect yourselves at all times, all right? If you want to now, touch them up. Step back. I'll get you guys started 1 minute. Good luck. Step back.
Wayne Spinola, our referee, giving the fighters the final instructions. Jack Marshman.
All right, gentlemen, come to scratch.
Cub Hawkins for the belt.
On the corner. Okay, ready? Fight!
Here we go! Cub Hawkins in the black trunks, maroon trunks for Jack Marshman, with Molly on his trunks. Molly is his daughter. See how this one starts. Heavy-handed are both of these fighters. Marshman, former Cage Warriors champion, UFC veteran, probably the most experienced martial artist on the card tonight in overall fights. Cub's right there though too.
And very different styles of stance, by the way. Very much more upright, Cub, with the chin not tucked in quite so much. Marshman, traditional boxing style, keeps his chin tucked very, very close, and he needs to, by the way, because if Cub lands, you know about it.
Yep. And sometimes you wake up to learn about it. Cub, all 6 wins have been finishes. Sizing up the distance, both men there. Cub switches to orthodox, spins under, gets inside. Both these men with a lot of MMA in their world.
Nice
one,
wrestling. Yeah, nice 1-2 from Cub, Mike.
I asked both men, will you avoid the clinch? And they're like, nah, we'll just see who's better in it. Dirty boxing. Fight scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds, belt on the line.
Cub doing the better work right now with his front foot, getting into range and landing that jab, and he looks much more dangerous than Marshman, who really does need to, he's walking him down a little, but he needs to use that front foot more to find his placement, to let his left and his heavy right hand go.
One of the classiest Welsh fighters that we have on our roster, Daniel Laurel, who's back in the Trigon in 2 weeks when we return to Cardiff, Wales, is one of the men who suffered defeat at the hands of Cub Hawkins. He's got another Welsh fighter in front of him now in Jack Marshman.
Good work by Marshman, walking Cub into the corner and landing some great shots there.
Cub is always in outstanding shape.
He really is a savage, isn't he? Physically.
Truly is.
This is a great technical contest right now, Mike.
I saw him earlier watching the first few fights with his hands wrapped, but still in a suit, and he just was so relaxed, almost like he has a secret. Then again, Jack Marshman might have one too.
Switching brilliantly to find angles, Hawkins, at the moment. I fear for Marshman. Hawkins told us that Marshman doesn't move laterally enough, and he's coming in straight lines at the moment, and he's caught by the right hand there.
On Marshman, he said he won't avoid the clinch. We haven't seen it. Into the round is a flurry, and a right hand lands for the Savage.
Great work.
That flurry right there might have given round 1 to the champion. Round number 2. Cub Hawkins in the black trunks, the 4-time world champion already, has been inducted into the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame. Jack Marshman in the maroon trunks. Jack turned his life around to get things started here in BKB. He's reborn, he told us, as a fighter. 6 months sober, training like a fighter again. Feels like he's back in the Army. He was deployed in the armed forces at age 17.
Marshman's enjoying the center of the triangle, if you like, and even though it's not an arena that you want to circle, Cub Hawkins is circling magnificently, and even though he's taken the center himself now and is looking to punish Marshman with attacks. It's a very fascinating fistic duel right now with all chess moves. Fistic, just nice right hand from Marshman there.
Cub said he will come forward. He also believes that Jack Marshman is not the best fighting backwards, fighting on his back foot, being pushed back. So Cub's going to try to do that. Jack's going to try to avoid it with angles, but his left eye just got rocked.
Rocked open by a right hand, and Cub has seen the blood and he's on fire now, and he's looking to punish and capitalize on that.
And it's affecting the vision of Jackhammer. He was wiping it. But these men have been in battle all their lives.
I think we're going to have a fight on our hands right now, because Marshman will be looking to come heavier and harder at this point.
Cub said, I started fighting because I truly do not think there's a man alive that is mentally stronger than me. Approaching 1 minute remaining in round number 2, Marshman unleashes a right.
Cub Hawkins has extraordinarily awkward and unorthodox footwork, by the way. And do you remember Keith Jardine,
of course,
the MMA fighter?
Dean of Mean.
The Dean of Mean, used to throw punches when you weren't expecting them, coming from weird stances. And that's what Cub does very well. Although Marshman throws a good overhand right there and a jab and looks to get back into the body and head of his
Dean
opponent.
of Mean also competed in the octagon, as did Jack Marshman. Dean Mean's a movie star now. Cub is as wise fighters, wise competitors in life, business, friends. He has tightened his circle, and that he believes has turned him into the best that he can be, surrounding himself with people he feels comfortable with, and he's felt comfortable throughout the early part of this championship fight.
Absolutely, some very good work by the sniping punches and hands of Cub Hawkins.
Battle continues, the belt on the line. The champion again comes out southpaw, black trunks. The challenger, Jack Marshman, in the maroon trunks. Round 3 of our 6-round title fight. Our main event of the evening from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Again, Cub very precise in the way that he's getting inside, ducking under, moving, coming from angles. He also, you can see, Garrett, he's also not taking huge risks because he respects the power of Jack Marshman.
I don't think there's any question about that at all, but why should he take? It's a risky business anyway.
Right.
It's all the margins, it's the percentages. Right now he's dominating the fight. I've got him 2 rounds up and he looks so relaxed. He's enjoying the space in there. He's not being crowded by the Welshman. Marshman's not landing very much. And Cub is just being like a sniper right now. And again with the right hand from the southpaw stance.
And in his first title defense of this cruiserweight belt at 185, good duck under by Cub as Marshman went on the offensive. He did go into the 5th round with Zion Tomlinson. Scored knockdowns in the 2nd, 3 in the 5th. The 3rd one was the one that ended the fight. It was fight of the night. Cub has 3 straight fight of the nights.
That left eye is worsening on Marshman, but I think with what we know about him is he's dangerous enough with the left hook and the right hand to finish anyone at any point. He landed a nice straight right hand on the champion just then.
The great BKB with BKB in the UK. It's a powerhouse now. TalkSport in the UK has come aboard, believing in the action in the Trigon. We have fights in the UK, we have fights in the US, and we're gonna go worldwide. And it's because of competitors like this snap jab from Cub Hawkins.
I do think he's allowing Marshman back into the fight here. Nice left hand from Marshman there. I'd like to see Cub get much more active again. I think he's settling in to a rhythm at range far too much. Marshman is still dangerous in this fight, Mike.
Has Cub been hit yet, though?
Not fully.
Right? And that's no disrespect to Jack, because if Jack does land one, there's going to be a bad, bad story in this chapter of the career of Cub Hawkins, in which he continues to write.
Of the 3 rounds, though, I think this is the round that Hawkins has allowed Marshman to get more of a foothold in the fight. I like the work of Marshman here.
Final seconds of the 3rd. Just about at the midway point of this title fight. Jack just fought 66 days ago. Finished Alex Wilson in the 4th round. Cub Hawkins in the black, Jack Marshman in the maroon. 4th round officially underway. Mike Goldberg, Gareth A. Davis. Glad to be here tonight for BKB 39, Brawl at the Beach. Man, Cub's movement outstanding tonight. When will we see the Savage take over? He wants to be opportunistic, which is very wise against Jack Marshman.
Well, he's just upped his game right there, and he's looked to land some punches, but not very much. And he got hit to the sternum himself by Marshman, who's caught again by Cub. His in and out movement is absolutely incredible. His footwork is extraordinary. It's what makes him so elusive.
And if Cub does get knocked down, he gets up. He was knocked down 7 times by Gregory Cisneros.
You literally have to nail him to the canvas.
There's no question about it.
Marshman's still game though, isn't he? Still got that focus etched on his face, Mike. Doesn't look so frustrated, but he's hitting air all the time.
Yep, and that is frustrating. The corner of Marshman saying, hey, make sure you protect that eye. Quick jab from Cub. Double up, and a body shot from Jack Marshman.
He needs to throw more punches.
Yep. Cub was able to spin right out of the corner.
Yep.
Jack would have loved to keep him there, but Cub's footwork still, his conditioning is excellent, as is the challenger from Wales. 1 minute on the clock in round number 4 of our championship fight, a main event. The Savage has finished all 6 of his wins. Marshman has finished both of his.
Closest round so far on this one, Mike.
Both men have landed. Still 30 seconds on the clock here in the 4th. Cub's there, and then he's gone.
We're 12 minutes in, but they still respect each other's power so much.
And they should, and you know what? Cub just landed to that eye again, and Jack wiped it. Final seconds. Cub goes to the body and to the head. Good finish to this round. Once again, our championship fight continues. Cub Hawkins, the Savage, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. Jack Marshman, representing the land of the dragon. Another great Welsh bare knuckle battler, who's pretty darn good in MMA too. Round number 5, championship fight scheduled for 6. Marshman trying to land here early, utilizing that hook. And he looked for it again right there, Garrett.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not having to do much other than come in very, very fast hands, and he's making Marshman miss all the time. Battle of the range is being dominated by Hawkins. In fact, it has for 12 minutes of this fight so far, and into the 13th minute here. It's a fascinating fight, but Cub Hawkins looks a level above Marshman right now.
And his footwork looks as good as ever.
Yeah.
Lot of movement. And again, that setback in the title fight when he lost his light heavyweight belt to Gregory Cisneros, something that burns in his belly, and he gets better and better and better because of it.
Marshman said he'd go into the clinch. I think he should try and rush the champion right now and get him in the clinch, because he's missing from range. The range is being dominated, the distance is being dominated by the champion. Respect from each other, but rush him and get him in the clinch.
If he can catch him.
If he can catch him.
Cubs in and out, lateral movement. Man, that snap jab with his lead right hand, because that's his power hand. Switching his stance all night. But that right hand is your jab. That can be a fight finisher. And he has utilized it over and over again. Marshman trying to cut off the trigon. There's the clinch.
Go to work. Because Marshman needs a turnaround in this fight. There's no question about it.
Under a minute, round number 5.
You don't get paid overtime for this in this sport. I'd like to see Hawkins pour it on a little bit now. He's dominating the fight. I'd like to see him do a bit more work.
I don't know how many big shots he has taken, but I would say if the over-under is 5, it's way under.
They've almost nullified each other at times, haven't they, when they've come close?
But that was a slick move by Cub. Duck and roll.
10 seconds.
A push to the corner and a hand that landed, but Marshman with the right hand late in this 5th round.
See, he dangles his chin out, but his footwork's so clever he doesn't get caught.
Let's go.
All right, guys, final round.
Let's
Here we
have
go.
some
Ready?
more action in this
Why
round.
not?
Okay, fight.
Well, Marshman needs a finish at this point,
Yeah.
and Jack knows that. So Jack's gonna have to take the risk
Fingers.
to get the reward of going home with the belt. In doing so, though, he takes the risk.
And he leaves himself more open to shots.
Of course.
He's playing possum here, of course. He's letting Cub come in. Lovely shot.
Cub's so fresh, too. He's gonna really take a big shot from Jack to knock him down, and then perhaps finish the knockdown up with another one and pull off a 6th round, I won't say miracle because Marshman is talented, but a big 6th round turnaround.
There'll certainly be a turn up for the books if you can reverse
Yeah.
what's happened
Oh,
so
yeah.
far in this
Yep.
fight. But this is the sport where that happens.
One punch. 1 minute into the 6th and final round. Marshman with a good jab.
Time to land the hammer though, Mike. That's
It
what
is
he
indeed.
needs for Molly. Oh, great left hand.
Again, Jack has that right hand ready to fire. He did a moment ago, but now with another shot to the eye, now all of a sudden Jack's defense is a little different.
Lovely right to that eye again. You say he's targeting it. He has, ever since he opened it up. I think it was in the 2nd round, wasn't it?
Yep. And he's targeted it from different angles. Most effective has been that jab from the southpaw stance.
Now he's coming hunting predatorily.
Yep. Cub wants to move to 7-1 with 7 finishes. He has 60 seconds to do so. Most paramount, though, is defending his title.
Cub Hawkins has extraordinary balance, Mike. We have a very privileged position where we're standing, sitting right
Started
here.
wrestling when he was age
It's
4, Garrett.
so extraordinary. I've not seen.
Up and down goes Marshman with another shot towards that eye.
4, 5,
Knockdown
6,
in the 6th and final round.
8. Come over
Jack's
here.
right up.
Give me your
30
hands.
seconds.
Right, keep going.
That eye is a mess.
Okay,
It
here we go.
really is, and Cub just nailed it again. 25 seconds. See if Cub goes strong, looking to finish this fight. But that knockdown, the math was already on his side. That knockdown just solidified the judges' scorecards. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Both men signaling to each other, let's fight to the finish. They go the distance. Cub Hawkins and Jack Marshman. That left eye is a mess.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judges Udiaga and Linderman see it 60-53, while Judge Stammy sees it 58-55, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, and still the BKB Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Cub the Savage Hawkins. Cub Hawkins, and still with that belt around your shoulders. Cub, I gotta ask you, you are so comfortable in the Trigon. I don't think there's a single fighter that can navigate the Trigon as well as you can. Did you know that that was gonna be an advantage that you had tonight with your experience?
Everyone doubted me. They said that I didn't have the power, and I told them I didn't need the power. My footwork, me just touching my mark, I said all this, and that's exactly what I did, and that's why I have this belt, and I'm a champion for a reason. I wasn't gonna put myself in a position where I could get knocked out. He was a bigger, stronger guy, and I predicted all this.
You are one of the most successful fighters in bare knuckle. This was your 5th title fight, and you won. I just need to know, you're a nice guy. You carry yourself with respect. You represent this sport. Is there a bare knuckle fighter in the world that can beat Cub the Savage Hawkins?
Is this live?
Yes.
Everybody be quiet. I told you all of my critics, that I was the top dog, that I wasn't going anywhere. And man, never again defeat me, never again say I was gonna lose, never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Then you might get me. I don't know if I'm gonna fight at 185 anymore. I'm gonna say this as a threat. Anybody in the 150-pound division, if you want to be a champion, go a different weight class because I'm coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it one more time for the defending champion, Cub the Savage Hawkins.